Welcome everyone to Merkaba Energy Healing. So today we are back with another pick a card reading, and we are asking Spirit to offer us guidance, messages for this upcoming eclipse season. I shouldn't really say it's upcoming because the foreshadowing has already occurred. The energy is already in motion. Many of us have already begun to feel it. So we have 3 piles as we normally do. Pile number 1 with message number 1 has the little amethyst pyramid. These are so cute. Pile number 2 with message number 2 has the sodalite, lovely deep blue and white stone. And pile number 3 with message number 3, we have the little rose quartz pyramid. So please do take a moment, take a deep breath and tune in and see which pile with which message and stone calls you the strongest about your eclipse season messages. And I will see you at your reading. Welcome, group number 1, to your eclipse season messages. We have the total lunar eclipse in Pisces on September 7th, or September 7th to September 8th, depending on where you are in the world. And then we have the partial solar eclipse, September 21st. And eclipses are generally times for, well, they're catalysts for change, I will say. They're a time to look inward, especially the lunar eclipse, to help bring up that which has been hidden. Right? The moon is about what's hidden, what's been kept from us, what truths we're actually avoiding ourselves, and helps bring us into a new chapter in our lives where we can live more in truth. And specifically an area of our life that maybe we've been resistant to or unwilling to move forward in, let's say. So right before I started your reading, I actually heard very simply from Spirit that there are a lot of new beginnings for this group starting in September. So yes, my readings are timeless, but if you are listening to this in August, at the time that I am filming this, I heard that there will be a series of 3 prominent changes that you have been working towards or been trying to manifest for a long period of time. And sometimes Spirit shows this to me that pronounced changes may come in 3s. Okay, so I'm seeing that for this group. I'm hearing barreling in. So what they're showing me now is a faucet that is dripping water, and then suddenly it's gushing water. And the fact that they're showing it to me as an image of water tells me that there is some kind of emotional fulfillment for this group. Emotional fulfillment. Emotional fulfillment can also be things like money or home or really anything that is tangible, if with that tangible thing you experience more emotional fulfillment. I just heard the name Mike or Michael. And Moore, Moore. I don't know if that's a last name. Okay. And I just heard Mount Everest. I don't know why I heard that. Okay. I'm just going to tune in a little bit more to Spirit because they wanted me to channel some more messages for you guys. Oh my goodness. So I think this is the 3rd video where I'm hearing what you are seeking is seeking you. That Rumi quote. This is very specific for this group. Yeah, they're showing 2 balls rolling towards each other that are about to hit. Yeah, so there's some kind of motion, something that's in motion. They're showing it to me as 2 energies wanting to come together. Okay, so this could be a partnership. This could be love. But there's an energy that you've been calling in that is now being magnetized to you, is how they're showing it to me. What else, Spirit, do you want group number 1 to know? That's interesting. They're telling me we're not here to tell this group stories. We're not here to tell this group dreams or what they want to hear. We are here to deliver truths. I'm not sure why they're saying that, but that's what I'm hearing. Oh, so they're giving me the word doubt. So some of you have been doubting your goodness coming in, have been doubting. They're showing me a door opening. So they're reminding this group that, at least for me as a reader, that my energy and the energy that my guides channel through me is one of truth, and we're not here to sugarcoat anything. So for those of you who doubt, and often doubt rightly so, given your plight in life, or maybe because you have felt some kind of faltering, or I don't know if that's a word, but like a broken connection with your guides, well, my guides are here to give some clarity. Okay. I'm stopping for a second because I have something in my right eye. So I don't know if there's something that you're not seeing clearly, or something that you don't want to see clearly, which is often an energy of the lunar eclipse. Let me just ask my spirit guides, is there anything that group number 1 is not seeing clearly? I just heard very clearly themselves. I'm hearing they don't know how gifted they are, but they will know. They will know. Can you give me some more detail there, please? They're showing me the third eye. Yeah, okay, now I understand. So my eye is kind of foggy, this right eye. And they're showing it to me as a delineation of what your third eye is experiencing right now. So you might have felt blocked in your third eye, okay? And that this is clearing for you guys now. The doubt about your connection, that's clearing for this group. Yeah, this group is ascending, I'm hearing, and that this is your divine birthright, I'm hearing. But you need to be open and willing to see your advancement. So a lot with the eyes with this group. You must be able to see yourselves clearly, both in your shadow and your light. Too many souls in this group are looking at just what isn't right, what hasn't changed, where their shadow is pronounced. And you must be more willing to look at your light and your giftedness, because I'm hearing it is pronounced. And if you do this under the lunar eclipse, you release that which you are unwilling to see, don't even, you're not even aware that you're not seeing it, any resistance, any avoidance, just by allowing yourself to surrender in this way. Then your guides can come in and open your third eye, open your awareness. Okay, they're telling me to start with the cards. Wow, look at this. We have the Chariot. Man, are these cards stunning. So I've said before how the Chariot is the Merkaba, which is a chariot. It's a vehicle. But in this group, because it's a Merkaba and not a horse and carriage, this is literally a delineation of spiritual ascension. That's what the Merkaba is. We have the divine masculine and the divine feminine. We have this etheric body that turns around you, that allows you to travel, allows your soul to travel between dimensions and between realms. Yeah, I'm hearing that you guys are about to take off. The surrender, though, needs to happen. The surrender needs to happen. So with her hair being white and dark, and the two robotic tigers down here, and the two birds or ships or whatever these are up here, The black and white imagery on this card really says that this group must come into a greater state of balance. And I'm hearing you are coming into a greater state of balance. And that's why this new chapter is going to begin for you. But just become more and more aware of it. Your dark and your light. Oh, that's so interesting that this showed up in this card. That one is not bigger or greater than the other. They may coexist. You must give equal attention to them. And they're showing this body up here as the sun. And this is about your true happiness. But because this is about you and your movement forward, this is about feeling true contentment within. Right? The eclipses ask us to turn inward, to reveal those hidden truths so that we can move forward. And the Chariot is all about moving forward. But this particular card shows me that there's movement forward on your soul's path, energetically. And this reads as victory to me, as this is going to happen. Certainly in the 3D realm, some of you might be moving. And that this movement, whether it be to a new home or a new, whatever it might be, could spark this change of advancement where you feel safer and you feel more secure in a new home. That can be the impetus for massive change on a soul level, where you break these patterns that state, I will never be safe. I will never feel secure. I will never feel like I have a home. I'm hearing. Maybe this is the time that you're meant to finally feel at home, not only in brick and mortar, but on this planet. With her cape here with the stars, it does feel like this group is beginning to manifest their dreams, that you are something of a wizard. Maybe you resonate with wizardry. I'm hearing that this group is helping to usher in the new earth, where there is this coexistence between advanced technology and the fifth dimension, where there's this bifurcation, there's a timeline bifurcation, where some people will move into this timeline where AI takes over, where the powers that be, so to speak, take over, and there's some kind of dissension. But this group is meant to choose this higher timeline where everything is in balance on this earth. And you're meant to embody this within your own soul, within your own spirit, so that it may become manifest in the world. We get so busy trying to change the world outside of us, and we don't do enough work inside. But everything is as within, so without. So this group is really being encouraged to become aware of the balance within, so that as you usher in this new earth, as you are the leaders and the trailblazers of the new earth, you embody that which you want to see on our planet, which is some kind of beautiful dance between technology and the advanced mind and the advanced spirit, something like Atlantis. That's how this card reads to me. I'm hearing that some of you might be taking a physical spiritual journey. So you might be going, I just heard the word ashram. That's very interesting. Please let me know if that's something that you're doing. Or I'm hearing a Zen monastery. I don't know if any of you are Buddhist or want to learn about Buddhism, but you might be going to some sacred space or going on some kind of retreat that's going to help with this advancement. I'm hearing specifically to ground in. I'm hearing the word codes. So some codes that have been set up or infiltrated your field that haven't, they're showing me a light switch that haven't been turned on or activated yet, will be activated on this retreat or trip that you take or the sacred space that you visit. with these two swords, I'm not sabers that she's wielding here. They're showing me the letter V. So they're giving me the word vortex, right? So maybe some of you are going to Sedona or Mount Shasta or some area in the world where there's a powerful vortice of energy. Maybe some of you are traveling to Egypt, to the pyramids. I'm here in Giza. Yeah, and even with the tigers, they're showing me how these gold plates are on their third eye. There's definitely something about the third eye. And they also just showed me with the saber where the two sabers cross here. That's the eighth chakra, the soul star chakra. So your connection with your higher self and with spirit is advancing right now, is being illuminated by the sun here. I really feel, as I'm tuning into my body, first of all, I feel very much at peace. I feel very in my body. Oh, I just got a big yes on that. So this group might have been struggling to be in your body and to feel grounded on the earth. And you might have been working on feeling a sense of connection or belongingness to this planet. And Spirit is telling me they have succeeded tremendously. And I'm hearing a round of applause from my guides. I have like a legion of angelics behind me now that are, they're giving me the sound of this thunderous applause. And this, I'm getting a feeling in my heart chakra right now of just tremendous pride of the advancements that this group has made to commit to connect to the planet, even though you may not feel fully at home here. And that this is what's going to help you activate a deeper connection with a higher guidance, so that you may be stewards of the new earth. I'm getting a big yes on that for this group. I'm hearing the word hybrid. So a lot of you might feel part human. You might be star seeds, right? They're saying more than star seeds. You might really feel highly connected to other star systems where you don't feel 50-50. You really do feel extraterrestrial. I almost don't know where to go because I feel so out of my body in the energy of this group, which is such a high vibration, this group. Okay, let's get some more information about what you're shifting, what you're moving into, anything that Spirit wants to show me, I'm going to honor. What do you want to tell group number 1 about this eclipse season, please? This one. Okay, let's start with these. Wow. We have the owl, the fan. They told me to stop and not reveal the next one. Okay, so the owl. I love the owl. This is, to me, a very powerful spiritual animal, spirit animal. Okay, I am hearing Kundalini awakening. So with uninvited, you might not be planning on having this, I'm hearing resurgence, this energy moving up and out, but that this is actually well on its way. And this may change the trajectory, will alter your plans. It will change the trajectory of your life, this awakening to this wisdom. I was going to say ancient wisdom, and they said, well, it is ancient, but it's more galactic. This group is more galactic. So it's coming more downward than from behind you, if that makes sense. Even though in the higher realms, we don't have directions like that, but that's how they're showing it to me. And this owl is looking right at me. There's such a fierceness about this next phase in your life, where you're going to look your life straight in the eye and say, I'm here, I'm ready, let's go. Now, what they're showing me is that this owl is on someone's ledge indoors. I don't know if this is a drink. I don't know exactly what this is, but it feels as if your fifth dimensional self is merging with your third dimensional self, is how they're showing this to me. So like they had said earlier, this group is really learning how to be on the planet, how to feel more at home. And they're bringing in their fifth dimensional selves to the planet, helping to raise their own vibration. And by way of doing that, you're helping to raise the vibration of all the people around you. And this is going to set you on an entirely new path. So this feels very unplanned. You don't actually see this new path coming. It's kind of, you're going to happen upon it. And some of you already feel the rumblings of this. You might have felt restless recently, unsteady, as if you don't know what's next in your life. And it's going to be revealed to you now. Just like they said at the beginning, the lunar eclipse is about bringing what is secret, what is hidden to the forefront. Now, what this is going to bring is going to be this ease and flow. Interesting that we have the word balance here. They talked all about balance at the beginning of this message with the black and the white, okay, all throughout this card. Interesting, rethink your reaction in times of emotional storm. So this is very much about recognizing that as these energies come up to be purged, to be cleared, so there are truths being shown, but there's also debris, they're saying, that needs to be cleared. They're showing me this fan being turned on and all of this dust being blown out the window. Okay, so this kind of metaphoric fan is coming into your life to get rid of the debris. You might experience a little bit of imbalance. They talked about that with the owl, the feeling unstable a little bit about your plan or about your path ahead. And they're saying that that's normal. Just don't be in that energy for too long. Let it blow off of you like dust. So if you feel an upheaval, just let it move through you, because that is making space for this ease and flow to come in. And with the water back here, just like they said at the beginning, this idea with the dripping faucet, I forgot about that. There is something being cleared in the emotional field for this group. Because it is really in the emotional field that we either feel unstable or stable. The mind affects it, the behaviors affect it, the physical vessel affects that. But when the emotions are really cleared of that debris, we begin to feel more like ourselves. I'm hearing clearing trauma. This feels like trauma off this planet, I'm just going to say. Something that didn't happen on this planet. Some of you might have memories of things that happened off this planet. And they're showing me this switch here on the fan, like they mentioned before. There's going to be some kind of switch that turns you on to this awakening, to this new path. And you're going to welcome it. And finally, we have study room, research, facts, choice. Your choice depends on research. Wait until you have all the facts. So they are saying that while this path is going to open for you, you have to choose it because you live in a free will world. So they're saying that you have to get comfortable with the uncomfortable, is how I'm hearing it. A lot of people ask, open my third eye. I want all of these gifts. Just give them to me. But you don't realize, number one, what a huge responsibility it is, how to be discerning when you get information, and how to deliver the messages to people. And so there's something about needing to study how to cultivate your craft, how to get really refined in it, and also to cultivate a lot of humility in this. Because there's a huge responsibility that this group is going to have once this path opens to you. And they want you to, number one, make sure that you're choosing it, that you don't just feel as if it's happening to you. Even if it's happening for you, you have to choose it. You have to be in your power. So they do want you to spend some time studying and researching and not just sort of going out there and disseminating information and every which way you see something, you share it. I made that mistake when I started having very clear visions. I gave a reading to somebody who didn't ask me for a reading, and it wasn't good, okay? It triggered them. So be mindful of other people's desires to hear. Sometimes we want to give information to others and they don't want to hear it. Okay, let's get a little bit more from the Astro deck. I just kind of want to get a sense of what areas are changing for you or any other information that the guides want to give us. What else do the guides want to offer? This one and that one, okay? So let's see. We have Aries, act. So Aries rules the first house, and they're showing me with the number 1 here. This is a massive new beginning with regards to your very identity, the way that you walk in the world, and that fierceness that I saw before with the owl. That's that Aries energy. So you're going to be barreling into this new path in your life with a lot of vigor and a lot of strength and a lot of fiery energy. But with the word act here, it's resonant of this card here, where you must engage the thing that you are opening to. Not just sit on your, laurels, as it were, or sit on your hands even, but engage the thing. People will say, oh, I claim this new thing. Well, besides claiming it, what are you actually doing to help bring that in? So Spirit is reminding you to engage the energy, that energy that you want to call into your life. There needs to be a collaboration. Just like they were showing me at the beginning with those two bowls coming to magnetizing each other, or the 3D and the 5D coming together. That's what they're saying. You have to help magnetize this in. Isn't that crazy? We have the first house. I just said Aries rules the first house. Arrival. And we have the word arrival here as well with the owl. There is some kind of arrival of a new life. They're also saying of a new connection with a new guide. Okay. How beautiful with this ram here. We've got 2 of them here. Well, is that a ram? I think it is, because the first house is Aries. Anyway, it's not actually, because this is not, this is more of a deer than a ram. But if you see, just like, where was that? Where they told me that the saber crosses at the point of the 8th chakra here. That's what it feels like with this animal as well. The 8th star chakra and all of this bloom around the 8th star chakra, the 8th chakra, the soul star chakra. There is some kind of pronounced change in your identity in this eclipse season that is going to mark one of the most major shifts I'm hearing of your lives, where your connection with the 5th dimension, with your spiritual team, is going to come to fruition, is going to bloom, and is going to usher in this new life. What a beautiful serendipity here. Anything else, Spirit? No. Okay, so we're going to end with a starseed card, because I love using these cards when we're talking about new chapters. So this one just came out. Blue star, follow the light of your inner compass, the blue star. It will lead you to the truth that resides within your soul. That's beautiful. This group was all about your soul and about your soul's expansion, and not as much about the tangible, okay? Your inner compass. Beautiful. Let's get one more. Let's get one more, please. And even the word compass is an instrument for travel, moving around the world. And they did talk about moving to another house potentially, but also traveling. So there is this idea for this group about exploring the world, going to places that inspire you, that help you awaken. Okay? And finally, we have... we talked about this. I was telling you how my right eye was foggy. We talked about the third eye and the third eye and the 2 tigers. It's amazing. Trust in your ability to create the vision in your soul. Yet again, the vision is within your soul. So there is something again with your eyes and opening up your third eye and following the truth that's in your soul that is awakening now during this eclipse season, and really allowing yourselves to usher in this new sense of self, because some part of you is sort of being left behind, and this another aspect of you is being birthed. And this is in large part because you have claimed your belongingness to the earth, and you have recognized yourselves as sacred stewards to the new earth, and that without your connection to Mother Gaia, you could not be the steward of the new earth. So as much as you guys are star seeds, you must recognize that you have this beautiful, loving connection with Mother Gaia who needs your help right now. And as you experience that connection with her that you guys have been cultivating, your vision will become crystal clear. Your inner compass will land straight on that true north. And you will look your new life in the eye, Aries, owl energy, okay? And you will say, I'm ready. And you will refine your gifts, and you will refine your gifts, and you will refine your gifts, and you will have discernment, and you will have integrity. And you will walk into this new life shiny, bright, and new. So set your intentions, you guys, for this eclipse season, because something powerful is shifting for this group. So with that, I'm going to close out the reading. What a pleasure reading for this group. My God, what a pleasure. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. It helps the channel grow. If nothing else, you guys, I send you so much love and so many blessings for this eclipse season and beyond. And until the next reading, I wish you all the best. Take care. Welcome, group number 2. Today we are asking Spirit for messages about your eclipse season. So the lunar eclipse in Pisces is on September the 7th, welcoming us to look inward. What has been hidden? What have we been avoiding? The lunar eclipse helps bring up truth, and it helps with renewal. It helps, it's a catalyst for change. While the partial solar eclipse in the new moon Virgo on the 21st marks some kind of new beginning, some kind of massive shift. So we are going to look at all of that today. Truths, things that are emerging, things that need to be left behind, whatever Spirit wants to show us, we are going to look at. Now, if you chose the sodalite is called the stone of light. There is something that is being illuminated for this group at this time. I'm hearing keep your eyes peeled. And I'm clearing through my body for this group, and I did not for group number 1. So I'm hearing get ready, get ready, because the amount of clearing that you guys have been doing and will be doing through this eclipse season has a very important purpose. I'm hearing taking the trash out. My God. I deliver what I hear, you guys. And what is the trash, Spirit? They're saying that's energy that doesn't belong to you. Okay? They're saying specifically, okay, there's a plane going overhead right now, so maybe some of you guys are taking a trip soon. So what, I'm sorry, Spirit, what were you saying? I lost my train of thought. Oh, taking the trash out. So they're saying this is energy that doesn't even belong to you, that you might have confused as your own, they're saying, that you've been battling with, warring with, working out, analyzing, and it's not even yours. So I'm just hearing Spirit say, if this resonates for you, just state, in my own complete free will and sovereignty, I release all energies that do not belong to me, that do not serve my highest good, and crack a window and send that energy out the window, never to return again. I'm also hearing that salt baths or putting sea salt on your torso and back in the shower for a few minutes and then washing it off, sending it down the drain, demanding that it never return again, okay, would be very good for this group. They're saying that, okay, so sodalite also is a stone about inner peace. And so they're saying that this debris that is leaving your system, yeah, because in group number 1, they showed it as dust and there was a fan that just blew it away. This feels heavy and deeper for this group, okay? I'm hearing ancestral blockages of your gifts. Okay, so sodalite resonates with the third eye. Also came up in the first group, but this is also a stone of communication, so it's both the throat chakra and the third eye. And so there's something about this group needing to recognize that you've been carrying burdens that are not your own, both from other people and from your ancestors. Just checking the camera, you guys, since it went off the other day. Okay, it's all good. So what we're seeing for this group is allowing energies that come up to move out and out of you without spending too much time trying to understand them. And that it might be heavy for a while, or it might have been heavy for a while, and that is clearing now. Okay? What else do you want group number 2 to know? I just saw someone climbing a mountain, doing some kind of hiking or nature walk, and I'm getting a thumbs up on that. That's very good for this group. I'm hearing fresh air is very important for this group. So maybe some of you work from home or you're in office buildings and you just have a lot of this stagnant air around you. I'm also smelling the inside of an airplane. So I don't know if someone's on an airplane listening to this, but it feels almost like the air feels stale or unnatural, I'm hearing. They're also showing me someone at a laboratory. I'm seeing masks and someone like looking into a microscope. It could be actually any kind of lab. It could be blood work as well, but yeah, looks like somebody who works there, works at a lab. So there's something about you guys needing to make sure that you're breathing in fresh air. That's coming in very strongly for this group. And it might behoove this group to get a plant, if you don't have one in your space, to bring in some freshness. Because that stale air dulls the senses. And we have another plane. It's actually very bizarre. I don't hear usually planes at this time. Okay, so they just said the way I just got distracted, they're saying there's something about this group that where you might feel they're showing me almost as an opposite, as a foil to what you're experiencing. So you might be so zoned in that you might not realize that you're not eating well or drinking well or have enough fresh air because you're so zoned, like so in the zone. So they're just saying, make sure that you're hydrating, that you're stopping for lunch, that you're getting fresh air. Okay, they're saying I can move on. I don't know what all of the imagery of the planes are. They just tune me in even to this card where there are some ships here. I don't know what that's about. Maybe you guys are traveling. I feel like there's something more to it though. Okay, we'll see what comes up in the reading. Okay, so asking spirit about eclipse season. Okay, you guys got the 10 of Cups. Wow. Just interesting, there's another ship here at the end of the rainbow. So you guys might be traveling somewhere. You might be going somewhere where you might meet the love of your life. Okay? They're also out in nature here. They're having a picnic out here. Again, there's food here, there's nature, very much those messages that they were talking about before. So and because I started clearing through my body when we started this reading, it does feel as if this group does need to pay very close attention to your health now. And they're having me feel very hot in my body, which again tells me that there isn't enough air circulating and that you're not paying attention to your bodies enough. There's something about that. And getting out in nature is going to be very important. There's another plane going up ahead. I don't know what that is about. Maybe there's something going on today. Okay, so you guys might, if you've been feeling like you wanted to go on a trip, and or you wanted to take a hike or go out in nature or even go get a picnic, I mean something very literal, go do that. They just said the word routine. There's a lot of messages for this group, and I'm hearing Capricorn now. There's a lot of messages about routine for this group and about how you're living your everyday life and how something needs to change. You guys need a breath of fresh air, okay? You need a breath of fresh air, even with the stone being the stone of light. There's something about getting out in the sun, getting outside, I just heard moving out of artificial light. There's something artificial that keeps coming up in this group, and I don't exactly know why, but that's what they're showing me. And that you guys must really focus on your wellness, getting out in nature, and really getting the air on your face, getting the wind in your hair, I'm hearing. And eating fresh fruit, vegetables, things that feel nourishing to your mind, body, and spirit. A lot of people don't realize how their own spiritual advancement and abundance that wants to come in is also aligned to the way you treat yourself, and not just the respect that you hold for yourself, but also your physical vessel. And grapes to me always reflect abundance and also longevity with their high level of resveratrol. Okay, so the grapes here, it says that there's tremendous amount of abundance that is waiting for you guys, that is here to come in. There might also be something during this lunar eclipse, during this eclipse season, where whatever truths that are being revealed might have something to do with your families, might usher in a time of new peace within your families. Okay, I just heard the word divorce. So there might be some of you who are going through that, and I'm sorry if that's what you're going through. But there's a reminder here that, love is always available. And if you have children, that the love of your children and your relationship with your children is really going to help carry you through this time. I know that's just for a few of you. So I have a little smudge of Palo Santo here. And with the rainbow here, they're saying that this storm is going to pass. If you've been feeling like you've been going through something very tumultuous, this is going to pass. There is something good on the other side of this. I was talking to my mom the other day, and she was like, "Oh, I really want to see a rainbow." And I said, "Why don't you just ask for it?" And she said that she learned early on that you shouldn't ask for rainbows. They're meant to present themselves to you, which I thought was beautiful. I never knew that. So from her wisdom, I'm passing on this idea that you don't need to look for your rainbow. You don't need to try to cultivate it. Spirit is saying that it will show up for you, that there's nothing that you have to do. You just need to be kind to yourself. You need to be good to yourself. There's a lot of messages here about self-care, that self-love is going to bring in this love from others, okay? And to let other people help you, to let other people be there for you during this time. And I'm also hearing to call back your innocence. So sometimes when we go through very difficult times, we lose hope. We lose that awe, that wonder that we have for the world. And that's, I'm hearing, reinstating itself. That's reinstating itself. So there's some kind of energy of purity, of innocence coming in for this group. This new chapter of your life is going to feel like a true renewal. And when I say the word true, I mean abundance that stems from within you that will be made manifest in your world. And it's going to be helped by love and affection from people around you, and through some kind of peace that is going to occur within the family. With the bread here, I'm hearing separating the wheat from the chaff. So you're sort of allowing the people and situations that just haven't been working for you as you've been expanding as a soul. Some people have been let me retract that. Some people are being pushed out of your life deliberately to make space for, well, I was going to say for new people, but they're saying, well, just space for you to exist in. And then ultimately, so you're going to sort of ride this rainbow for a while solo, or maybe with friends or with family, with your children perhaps. But then as you ride that rainbow, they're showing me in about a year and a half's time, for those of you who are leaving a relationship, there's going to be a time period now where you're really going to cultivate that self-love, self-care, and allow other people to come in and help, okay? Where you yourself are going to cultivate more self-care and self-love. And that at the end of that rainbow, there is this partnership in whatever way suits you best. It could be a very, very close friend, a very dear friend that you come upon. It could also be true love. It could be a soulmate in the form of a friend or of an animal. And it can absolutely be a soulmate in the form of intimate love, where you see each other and accept each other exactly as both of you are. Neither of these people look exceedingly young. And it looks like they see each other's souls. So you might be entering a time in your life where maybe you've been divorced or you've been through a lot of relationships. And Spirit is really showing me that this is a time where you're going to meet someone that is going to see your very spirit, going to see past your eyes and your nose and your face, and is really going to love and accept you for who you are, because you have spent that period of time cultivating self-love. And you might get together with somebody who has children, or you might both have children, and you might get together at that next phase in your life. And the 10, right? The 10 reduces down to a 1. It's the beginning of something brand new, coming in. They're also showing me that the person that you are bringing in with this woman's t-shirt being pink, pink to me is the highest vibrational color, as it's not a color at all. It's actually the color that embodies all the colors of the rainbow. So you're attracting someone in, whether it be a friend or a partner, that has a very high vibration, that's in their power, but specifically that holds a lot of love. And they're going to bring a lot of light into your life, I'm hearing. Very beautiful, you guys. This feels like very grounded energy that's going to show up in your life once you, well, they're saying not once you have been doing this, once you allow yourself to see yourself more clearly and to hold yourself in the highest regard. Okay, let's get some more messages for group number 2 about their eclipse season. What else, Spirit, do you want to tell group number 2? What else do you want to tell group number 2? You have this one, and this one, and this one. Okay, let's start with these. So we have street lamp, clarity, inspiration, shine. We call this, we didn't call this, it's called the stone of light. And now we have a light, we have a bluebird, and we have the word shine. You'll find the guidance you need to solve your mystery very soon. So they did talk about this idea of this mystery, this heaviness, this burden that is not even yours, that you will, maybe from this reading, please God, maybe from this reading, you will find the guidance in letting go that energy that doesn't even belong to you, and gain some clarity about the need to shine light on yourself, hold yourself to the light. Right? There's this street lamp, or I don't know, this lamp in this, it's actually in looks like it's in water here. It's by itself. There's just one. And there are all these birds around it, which signify to me help and love and guidance, both from the upper realms with the stars here, and the trees and the flowers, and from people in your life. And like we said, maybe some animal friends. This reads to me a little bit like the Hermit card, but not that you'll be hermiting. It's not so much deep analysis, deep going within. It's more about just shining the light so that you can see, oh, that's not mine and that's not mine. And oh, that is mine. That is my beauty. That is where I shine. They're saying that the word inspiration is about how you'll feel inspired from by way of seeing yourself more clearly and how much you have to offer the world. And they're saying, all of these birds wanting to be around the street lamp, there is this feeling of magnetizing very high vibrational energy. Oh, which they said with the pink shirt here. Okay, that my sense is that there are certain people who magnetize animals because their vibration is high, and that's what they're showing me. You're going to be this light that shines, illuminating this high vibrational energy that is going to magnetize high vibrational energies to you. Okay, then we have the globe, positioning, journey, clarity. We have clarity twice here, you guys. You guys are definitely getting clarity. Cross-cultural boundaries and a new perspective will transform your thinking. Cross-cultural boundaries. So with all the planes overhead, I do think for sure that you guys will be traveling. Okay? You know what they're showing me? They're showing me, this is an old school movie. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this movie, Mermaids, with Cher and Winona Ryder. They're showing me that part in the film where Cher goes like this. She runs her finger over a map and goes, boop, and they just go wherever that finger landed on the map. So they're showing me something about this idea of you guys exploring, you guys taking off. There is some kind of ship or I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a bird or a plane. There's something up there. But even with, oh, isn't that interesting? We have 3 birds here and we had 3 planes overhead. You see these 3 birds here flying up here? I mean, there's one sitting down here, but there are 3 flying. Yeah, there might be, oh, they just showed me a series of trips where maybe you go from one city to the next, or you go on a boat and you get dropped off at 3 different places. There is something about travel for this group and how that might bring clarity, that might position you to attract that which you desire. And with cross-cultural here, there might be, and with the 2 people who have different races in this card, okay, there might be something about you leaving the area that you live in. So if you live in Australia, or you live in the UK, maybe you come to the States, maybe you go to India, maybe you go to Europe, okay, or different parts of Europe, if you're from Europe. It feels as if you need to explore outside the bounds of where you currently are. And I think that's what that stale energy that I was tuning into at the beginning, that I was channeling about that needing fresh air. I think it's not just going outside your front door. It might be taking a pronounced trip. Yeah, it feels like you guys need to be shaken a little bit and go somewhere that you've never experienced before, where you're going to experience awe again. I'm hearing the word Groundhog Day, right? Which is like a denotation from the movie Groundhog's Day, where Bill Murray lives the same day over and over and over again. So there was this teaching that I learned from someone, if I can remember his name, Jonathan Parker. He's great. Look him up, you guys, if you're interested in spiritual teachings. He's amazing. So he said something about Groundhog's Day the other day. I think it was an allusion to the movie. But needless to say, he said something resonant with the idea that if you go into your day and you want that day to unfold in a certain way, but you end up doing everything the same way, you're not going to have a different outcome. And that the whole metaphor, the whole reason for that movie with Bill Murray is that he's supposed to try different things, and not just externally, like filling his face with cake and pizza and all this food, or dating lots of women, or telling people off. But he was meant to do all of that so he can kind of come upon his truth. What does his soul really want? In the end, it was love. And he needed to cultivate self-love and self-regard instead of projecting that onto others. He needed to actually start to feel love, to open up his own heart and to feel connected to the woman in the movie. I forget her name now, that beautiful woman with the black curly hair. So there's something about that where you guys, you need to try something completely new. You need to look at your lives and say, what have I been doing over and over and over again, but expecting a different outcome? So Spirit is really wanting you guys to take some kind of leap of faith and just get on an airplane and go explore. And if you don't have the means to do that, then do that in your neighborhood. Go down a block you've never gone down, right? Meet up with somebody you haven't seen in a while. Go to a restaurant you haven't been to. Eat food you haven't eaten before. This kind of thing. Bring some novelty into your lives because something has become stale. Okay? Oh, we have a little cat. Freedom, self-worth, pride. Value your worth and step away from pleasing others. That is so on point with what we are talking about here. We are talking about valuing yourself, valuing your worth. That's what this reading has been about. To feel pride in yourselves and experience the utter state of freedom that can only come from holding yourself in high regard. Now they're adding the bit here about pleasing others. I don't know if that's what you've been doing. Maybe in your past relationships, you have been spending too much time placating others' feelings or desires or pleasing other people. Okay, and maybe that's something that you need to move out of now. But even though the cat is often a symbol of independence, this card is not talking about independence. This card is talking about freedom and self-worth, feeling proud of who you are and what you are, and setting out to show the world, to illuminate to the world your beauty and your gifts and your sweetness. Okay, now, and they did talk about some animal friends possibly guiding you through this time. Okay, well, Aries just fell out, so I'm going to take it, but I didn't ask the question. Guides, what do you want to tell group number 2? Okay. So with Aries, which also fell out for group number 1, we actually do have independence. But we also have the 1. Again, like I said, 10 reduces down to a 1. You guys are starting anew. There's a new path that you're starting on. And with the word act, that is, again, a foil to the idea of stagnancy, of what is stale. They want you to start charging forward. Ooh, and then we have 6th house. Beautiful. Virgo rules the 6th house. And we have that solar eclipse in Virgo on the 21st with the master number 44, reducing down to an 8. Okay, so we have a master number, okay, needing to get out there, needing to let your light shine, and also your abundance coming in with the number 8. So with the 6th house, we have the house of health and well-being. And with that clearing that this that this reading started with, there's definitely something pointing to your the need for this group to really pay attention to your health and your physical vessel, and making sure that your physical vessel is really, and I'm clearing again now. That's crazy how that happens, you guys. There's something very important for this group about eating well, getting enough fresh air, and just paying attention to the signs in your body. Okay, I just want to say for somebody, if you've been having pelvic pain, please go see a doctor. For someone, this looks like a kidney stone. If any of you guys suffer with kidney stones, please get into the habit of drinking lemon water, but I'm not a medical doctor, so check with your medical doctor before you take any of those suggestions. They're not even suggestions, they're just ideas that you can explore. I am hearing the word ovary for someone, okay? Polycystic ovarian syndrome. Okay, so there might be someone here who might need to get a scan of your ovaries to make sure that Your eggs are being released properly and not getting stuck. So if you have any pelvic pain, go see a doctor, please. Anything else in the body that you want me to know? There's someone who is very stressed, and there's a lot of stress being held in the shoulders. So whoever's listening to this video right now, become aware of your shoulders. Are they really high up at your ears? They're just showing me you have to release that, because that tension up at your neck can cause neck pain, also migraines, the kind that show up on one side of the head, because there's a lot of tension in the neck. Okay. Could also cause ear pain or ear blockages. They're having me feel that on the left side for someone. Anything else with the body? I'm hearing the word arthritis, and they're just guiding me to recommend you making sure you're on an anti-inflammatory diet. Again, check with your nutritionist, check with your medical doctor, but that can be helpful for you guys. A high alkaline, high anti-inflammatory diet for arthritis, I'm hearing. And then I'm hearing Raynaud's, which is about circulation. Okay, people who don't have proper circulation, their feet and hands can be very cold. Your lips and your fingertips can turn blue. So what do you want me to say about that? They're giving me cayenne, okay? Again, check with your medical doctor, but adding a sprinkling of cayenne in your tea, a little bit, just to get your circulation going, and rebounding on a trampoline, okay, can help with getting your circulation going. Anything else about the body? No, they want me to go ahead. Okay, anything else for group number 2? Is that it? Oh, okay, they're telling me that I can end. So we're going to pull final starseed from the starseeds deck here, the mini one. Final messages for group number 2, please, about their eclipse season. Show us very clearly, please. This one and this one. Okay. So we have beautiful, release anything that keeps you from your path of authenticity. My goodness, I love these cards. There is something about you guys coming into your own, right? First house energy, Aries energy. Who are you? What do you value? Showing up in the world as you, leaving relationships that make you hide, that make you not feel like yourselves, even as you want to advance, being with partners or friends or family members that simply do not want you to be in your authentic spirit. Releasing that now. With thoughtfulness, I'm hearing, right? It's not about like cutting ties with all the people in your life, but to release, okay, let go. And then we have vision. Trust your ability to create the vision in your soul. This actually came out also for group number 1. So there is this idea of setting sight on the path ahead. And again, this bird's eye view, or with the birds here and the 3 planes that were overhead, there is something about expanding or zooming out to see yourself in your life more clearly. What is it that you really want? What is it that really resonates with your soul? Okay, because you guys really need to listen to the rhythm of your heart right now. What does your soul want? There's very much this idea about letting go of a false self, an illusory self, and setting your sights on a life where you can fully be in your authentic self. And this might require changing your routine, taking better care of your health, maybe taking a trip, or changing up what you see every day, what you engage with every day, to bring in wonder, to bring in awe, to bring in interest. Okay? And that's it. That's the end of the message. They're telling me to end. Okay, you guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that reading. That was really beautiful. Your 10 of Cups is coming in. Okay? So if you did like this reading, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. And if nothing else, I send you so much love and so many blessings for this eclipse season. Until the next reading, take very good care. Welcome, group number 3. Just checking my camera. Welcome, you guys, to your eclipse reading. So today we are asking Spirit about any messages, anything that you need to know about this coming eclipse season. And we're in the foreshadowing energy of it. So a lot of you might already feel like you're releasing things. Okay. Eclipse season is a season of it's a catalyst for change. It helps bring that which is hidden up to the surface so that you can see it, you could work with it, or you can release it. And with the solar eclipse, we're looking at renewal, we're looking at change, we're looking at a new beginning. So anything that you need to release or anything that you need to call in, we will ask Spirit to illuminate that for you during this reading. So you chose the lovely rose quartz here, resonant with the heart and Aphrodite and Venusian energy. Let me just tune in, please, just for one moment, calling in my guides, clearing the energy from group number 2 now. What does group number 3 need to know about this eclipse season? I just heard, forget the past, move into the future. And I'm seeing cords tying you to people from the past. And they're showing me a rear view mirror that you keep looking in a car. So they're saying, be mindful of how much you keep looking back, how much you keep reviewing the past. They're showing me someone watching a film and they keep rewinding the tape, as it were. Listen, a lot of you guys don't even know what tapes are, but okay, VHS tapes, but that's how they're showing it to me. You might be rewinding the film to go back over and over and over again. And they're saying, please be mindful of doing this because that is keeping you in some kind of holding pattern. Okay? What else do you want to tell group number 3? Okay, so I remember as they're telling me this message, I remember the card here. They're saying that this is the time in your life that if you are looking for love, that you are looking for your love, not just a love, this is the time that you can start bringing this in, but you cannot call that in until you release this person from the past. And don't worry, if you're partnered or you're not looking for love, this probably will not be the whole reading, but that's what I'm being shown right now. I'm hearing the word celebrations. I'm hearing the word baby. So maybe someone is having a baby or someone in the family is about to give birth, and this is going to usher in a shift within the family with this new child. There's a new energy that's going to come into the family that's going to break up some tension that's been going on in the family. Okay. It looks like a boy, a little boy coming in. Okay. I'm seeing a word like CH, maybe Charles. I'm hearing that. Or I'm hearing Charmaine also. Charmaine. Okay. And then I'm just hearing the word change. Okay. Great change coming in. Okay. What else, Spirit, do you want to tell group number 3 about this eclipse season? Yeah, I'm just hearing again, forward movement, forward momentum. Eye on the prize. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. They're saying that some of you are doubting what you're doing. Oh, starting to clear through my body. Wow, group number 1 was the only one that I didn't have any clearing, but group number 2 and now you guys. Okay, so there's something needs to be cleared around doubt for this group that you don't. Okay, let me just listen. What do they have doubt about? Okay, their abilities about what? Okay, so they're saying there's a next step that you want to take. There's something that you want to do that they're showing me coloring outside the lines, something that's out of bounds, maybe with the area of expertise or your career that people know you as. You're going to do something, you desire to do something way outside of that, and you're doubting that. How can I leave this behind and do this new thing? And Spirit's saying you don't have to leave this old work behind just yet. Just start cultivating this new project, this new path, whilst engaging in the old, but not putting so much energy into that old. Just do what you need to do to be in your integrity, to get your paycheck, whatever it might be. But they're saying, do not doubt this new path. Do not doubt this new venture, because it is going to be lucrative. Some of you are actually going to meet your person in this new arena, I'm hearing. And then I'm hearing ushering in a new era of love, ushering in a new era of love. Beautiful. So the clearing has something to do with self-doubt. And they're saying practice on your friends, or practice brainstorming with your friends, and however it suits whatever it is that you're doing. Engage your friends in the process and talk it out. They're saying that you're doing too much alone. You're engaging whatever this thing is too much by yourself. You need to bring some other people in to get their eyes on it. Not to not trust yourself, but there's too much of a burden that you're carrying by doing this all on your own. Get some other eyes on it. Get some other people's perspectives. Have other people support you. This is what I'm seeing. They're giving me that 3 of Cups energy, right? No, I'm sorry, 3 of Pentacles. They just corrected me. That's interesting because I think they said celebrations before. So yeah, so there's 3 of Cups and 3 of Pentacles. They're giving me a thumbs up on both. So there are celebrations that are forthcoming for this group, and also 3 of Pentacles, this energy of working with others could be very helpful for you in diffusing some of that self-doubt, but also diffusing some anxiety, I'm hearing, about being seen or putting your work out there. Yeah? Partnering with others, I'm hearing. Putting your heads together. They're showing me a blueprint now. I don't know if any of you are building a home from scratch. I got a thumbs up, so that might be for 1 or 2 of you. Maybe some of you are actually architects. That's really very cool. Okay. Yeah, some of you might be moving. I'm hearing that there's a lot of changes physically in this group. So there's a lot of changes occurring that you're noticing around you. So your work might be changing, you might be moving, you might be giving birth, or there might be new life coming into your family. Tension in the family might be releasing or changing now. You might be going from a time of isolation to a time of connecting with people. Love might be coming in. So this is a very pronounced time of change for this group, I'm seeing, in the tangible world, okay? Not just within you, but around you. I'm hearing the tide is turning. The tide is turning. Yeah, they're showing me the ocean waves receding. There's like a whole story that they're showing me. I don't know if I should really get into this. Well, they're showing me that when the tide was pushing the sand up so that the sand is now very, very high and the water is very low. They're saying that all of this energy that's been coming at you, these waves of energy, is now being blocked by spirit with this dam of sand, as it were, from reaching you. So all of this emotional energy, it feels, because it's the water that's been pounding at you, these waves that have been pounding at you, there's now this wall that is allowing this energy to be warded off. And I think that's why they showed me the waves receding, because all of this heavy energy that has been really, I don't know how to explain it, has been, that you've been inundated with, is now receding, and the water is now calmer. I just heard the words out of this world. So you might have an experience that is altogether different than what you've experienced before. Okay, they're telling me to turn the card over. Right, so we have the 4 of Wands. And wow, with out of this world, there's a shooting star here. So there is something about this hopefulness being renewed for this group. That goodness is coming in. And it's very otherworldly. Very interesting that we have the sun and the moon here with the lunar eclipse and the solar eclipse as beautiful signifiers on the significator card. That something is being renewed for this group. Something is both being released and something else is being called in. Some kind of joy. This is a celebratory moment. And with the 4 of Wands here, we do have possible commitment, marriage, stability. But yeah, they said otherworldly. We have dolphins here, okay? Ancient creatures. What else for this group, Spirit? So they're saying that some of you are just not so accustomed to this experience of celebration, to this experience of newness, and so that this is going to be pretty intense. It's interesting that this is on a beach because they were showing me a beach scene. So some of you actually might meet your partner on a beach or some gathering on a beach, or you might find or connect in with new friends or your soul tribe, maybe near water. I just heard the word moon ceremony. I don't know if any of you will be imbibing in some ritual or moon ceremony for the full moon in Pisces on the 7th. But they said that's a time, this is a time of good luck for this group. Yeah, and I keep clearing through the body. What is this about, Spirit? Oh, I just heard. So in addition to doubt, whoa, God, there's so much clearing happening. There's something about you feeling, maybe some of you don't have a lot of friends and you feel as if you can't connect with other people. And Spirit is showing me that there are people like you out there that you would connect with. So don't give up. Keep the hope with the star. It's not the star card, but with the shooting star here. There's this notion of keeping hope alive that you will connect with the right people in the right way. That something will be illuminated for you. They're also showing me with the star on this girl's back. I don't know if any of you are interested in getting a star tattoo. I don't know why they just showed that to me. But there is something about hope and renewal for this group that's very important when it comes to connecting with new friends and potentially calling in a divine counterpart. Very interesting that the moon and the sun are on this card. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, we're talking about a real soul tribe here with the dolphins here, for sure. People who just, I'm hearing, speak the same language as you, okay? They're also telling me with the wreaths above their head that there could be a significant change around Christmas time for this group. Some significant change prior to the new year, right? So the energy of the eclipses can run for 6 months out. Yeah, I'm hearing that you're not going to recognize your lives in 6 months from now when with regards to your relationships in particular. There's a heavy emphasis on relationships for this group, both friendships and intimate partnerships, a little bit about family as well. What else for group number 3? What is being made manifest? What is being released? Show us clearly. So we have this one, and this one, and this one. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, what else do we have for group number 3? Magnifying glass, truth, revelation, awareness. Hidden truths are about to be magnified. Prepare to face them. So as I said at the start of the reading, hidden truths will be revealed. That's what the lunar eclipse is about. Now, what that will be for everyone will be different. Can you give me some detail, Spirit, about what will be magnified? What truths are going to show up? Okay, they actually just showed me, okay, I'm going to say this even though I don't like to. They just showed me the 7 of Swords, which in a very basic definition of the card is about lying, cheating, and stealing. And so they're saying that you might be in a relationship with somebody where you've experienced this recently, or this is going to come to light during this eclipse season, and you would know. So this is not meant to be predictive. This is meant to sort of bring awareness to that which is, I mean, tinkering around in your brain or running around in your brain already. And there might be a release of a relationship or a friendship, or I don't know, I'm hearing an evolution. So, sometimes people don't mean to lie. They think they're doing it to protect you or for the betterment of their relationships. There's not always a dissolution of the friendship or the relationship because somebody makes a mistake. So I'm hearing that there might also be an evolution in your partnership or in a friendship in lieu of this truth being revealed. Okay. I'm also hearing that someone here might need to ask someone for forgiveness, and that this is going to help your relationship evolve. And you might have been too afraid to do this, and Spirit is really encouraging you to let someone know that you hurt them or you did something wrong that you felt in your heart wasn't in your integrity, and that this will help your relationship evolve. I'm also hearing that you have to look closer at something, that there's something that needs a little bit more refinement. Can you tell me what this is, Spirit? Okay, they're saying specifically for very uniquely for someone, this is about some work that you're doing. So it could be a paper that you're writing, or a book that you're writing, or a blog, or a video that you're posting. There's something about refining how you're doing that. So it can be anything from grammar down to the content, how about your mic or about your writing style. It's almost as if other people need to have a look at what you're doing. I think they brought that up in the channel message before we revealed the card. There's something about other people coming in and working with you or taking stock of what you're creating, because you might be missing something. They're saying something small, but it could affect your work. It could affect the way your work is received, I'm hearing. And there is something about that give and take, that divine masculine and divine feminine, that this group is cultivating now. And so there is this need to sort of work with others. Like they're showing me these two dolphins here with the blue and the pink here as divine masculine and divine feminine up here. And then playing. So there's something about this group being encouraged to work with others in a playful, uplifting way. The way they said before that you don't need other people, you don't need other people to tell you what to do, but it can be helpful for them to weigh in or to work with them. And that this might bring some levity to your work or the way that you're moving about your life. And that they may catch something or find something in your work or help you refine it in a way that will allow it to be better received. And they're showing me finances now. So this actually might bring in more customers or more followers or more clients. I just heard the word real estate for someone. So there might be a listing that you're putting out if you're a real estate agent, where the way you're putting out the, the listing, the way you're writing it, the picture that you're putting out can be refined. They're showing me that also the rent or the sale amount might be too high for the market, and that can ward off potential buyers or renters. That's for someone very specific. Okay. And I don't know why they're telling me this, but they're saying for someone who paints, they're saying that you need to put your mark on the painting. So don't forget to sign it. Very unusual message, but I just heard that very clearly. You need to put your mark on what you do. This could also be copyright. They're also giving me the letters LLC. So you need to ground your work. So you need to copyright it. You need to sign it. It needs to become official in some way. So if you're creating a company, it needs to be incorporated, or you need to add an LLC. Okay, something grounded that says, this is mine. So again, bringing other people into the fold. This can be, people who help you copyright your work. So don't put out parts of your book or your work without making sure that it's copyrighted, or that your copyright is up to date, I'm hearing. Very specific messages for for a select few of you. Let me know down below if that's you. That's very interesting. Okay, let's go to the next card. Maid, assist, care, support, share. My God, you guys. This is what this whole message has been about. Getting assistance, getting support, sharing your work. Okay, maid is an extreme version of that. Don't even like that word, so I don't even like that word. So they're showing me this cat here alongside this woman who is helping, let's say, okay? It's a cute image, I don't know. I don't like the word maid. But they're saying you can be altogether independent whilst bringing in help, whilst bringing in support, while you open yourself up to sharing your insights, your work, your book, whatever it might be with others. And it's very interesting that on the wall here we have 3 paintings, okay? With all new paths. I love how they're all new paths. Okay. So there is something about you guys making sure that you're allowing other people to assist you, but down to that detail about signing your paintings or signing your work or making sure that your work is protected in some kind of way. It says a kind soul will soon arrive to ease your daily burdens. So you have to allow those people in who will help you release. I wouldn't call them burdens for this group. It doesn't feel like this group is burdened in a huge way, but it does feel as though you don't need to carry everything on your own. Wow, that is some serendipity here. Okay, what else do we have? Nursery room. That's crazy, you guys. So at the beginning, they said there might be a baby coming in, either to the family or you might be giving birth yourself. So a literal nursery room. Innocence and curiosity. Okay, so there might be the energy of birth, of innocence from the idea of a baby. So you guys might be refining something that brings you back to some kind of purity where you become more curious about your lives again. You know how they said some of you might not have a lot of friends, or you might not feel all that connected to people. You might have lost some hope. So they're just gently reminding you to become curious again of your life, okay? And allow for possibilities. Allow for possibilities. Okay, again, we've got little stars up here with the stars at the beginning here. We've got little stars in this card. There's something about the need for you guys to have hope, the way that children have interest in their world or what's new, what's coming in. They're reminding this group to be curious about what is coming in. The way parents would be excited about that baby coming into the world. Like this little bear sitting in this crib, awaiting the arrival of the baby. And it's like, oh my God, I can't wait for the baby to come and play with me. It's like that. It's this energy of being wondrous again. That you will find your soul tribe. You will find the person that you're seeking. That you must keep this hope alive. But that it's going to be important throughout your life, especially over the next 6 months' time, to bring people into your life, to open your heart up and your work and what you're doing to new life. Literal new life as in a baby, but also new partnerships, new friendships, and so forth. View challenges through the innocent eyes of childhood to break through current limitations or limits. I love that. Yeah, there's just this softness in this group, this beautiful softness I'm feeling. That maybe as they were showing me those waves crashing into the sand, there's this element of softness, you know, with the Downy bear. They're giving me the Downy bear with these little bears here, you know, Downy, the fabric softener. They're giving me this idea of, oh, this is so soft, that this new era, this new chapter of your life is going to be softer and smoother and gentler than, let's say, I'm hearing the last decade. Wow, the last 10 years. that you guys are coming out of a cycle of 10 years of harshness and perhaps being alone and without help. Okay, Spirit, can you show us anything else for group number? Oh my goodness, you guys. I can't even take it. We have 7th house of relationship. Just flew out of the deck before I can complete the question from Spirit. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but I've been getting a lot of eye twitching recently. And my guides are telling me it's a sign of good luck for this group. And with the number 9, we're seeing that the start of this relationship or this friendship is going to start in this year, 2025 being a 9 year. But that doesn't even need explanation. That is further validation of what we've been talking about. Relationships. This entire message is about the renewal of relationships in your life across the board, really. Wow, my God. What else do we have for group number 3? I'm hearing look forward to this. Okay, this one wants to come out. Neptune vision. In all 3 groups, vision came out, not in this card, in other cards, but some kind of vision. And I just said to you guys that my eye was twitching. Unbelievable. Neptune vision, okay? So something is being made very clear for this group. I mean, with a magnifying glass here, right? Doesn't that look exactly the same? So they said that some truth is being revealed for this group that's going to allow you to let go of what isn't working for you. And my eye suddenly just stopped twitching, so I delivered the message of the eye. So we have Neptune ruling the 12th house, which is all about transformation, death, and rebirth. And about water, right? And about water. We talked about the emotional shifts in this group. There is definitely some tremendous transformative energy around your relationships, both within yourself, but specifically between yourself and others, that is happening for you guys. Where, that's interesting, they're showing me the cusp of the 12th house and the 1st house. And the rebirth with the nursery room and the babies, you're birthing a new life. You're coming into your 1st house, into your new identity. And interestingly, group number 2 and group number 1 got the Aries card or the 1st house card. So I've said to you guys before that every single person who comes to my channel, you're all connected in some pronounced way. It's very interesting. So you're going to see your life completely differently in this next phase. And you're going through some kind of massive rebirth, returning to some kind of innocence where your life is going to be softer and more yielding, more of the divine feminine coming in, more receiving, whether it be help, assistance, love, connection, definitely through relationship. And it's definitely going to be a beautiful time of celebration for this group. Okay, let's end with a starseed message. Spirit, let's close out this reading strong. What are the final messages for group number 3? I can feel this card wanting to come out. And this one? Okay, let's see what we've got, guys, to close out the reading. We have patience. Be patient and allow destiny to unfold at its own pace. This resonates with the idea of just being open to the changes, that I don't feel like there's a lot that you guys need to do. It's just about being curious, being open, and now being patient with what is about to unfold. So they just moved my eyes to the 7th house, to the house of relationship and commitment. So maybe some of you have been feeling this sense of urgency around bringing in partnership, and they're going like this: be patient, it's coming. Don't force anything. You will know it when you see it. Okay? Destiny. And then we have observation. Expand your consciousness by observing the divine matrix of life. Wow. So with the eye here, okay, with Neptune, vision, there is something about looking upon your life, okay, also with this magnifying glass. You've got a lot of looking, right, observing. There's something about looking at your life, looking at your work, looking at your friendships, looking at your experience within your life, and asking, what needs to be highlighted? What needs to be magnified? Observing doesn't mean change. It means merely building awareness to that which is already there. And there might be a slight shift, a slight movement. They just showed me two pieces of a puzzle. So if this locked in together, you just need to, let's say I went in like this and the piece doesn't fit. You just need to move this piece a little bit so that it fits. So they're saying it's about refinement. It's about just moving something slightly to the left or slightly to the right. Observing the divine matrix of life. They just said to pull one more, so I'll pull one more. Okay. What else do you want to tell group number 3 before we end here? Okay, let's see what this is, you guys. What did they want to say? Gratitude. Universal love shines through the miracles of life all around you. Okay, so be grateful for what you have right now and be open to the love that is coming in. Okay, because it's going to be miraculous for this group. That is very clear. It seems like you're just going to come upon this next phase of your life, this 4 of Wands energy. Universal love shines through the miracles of life all around you. And with the dolphins here and the shooting star here, there is something of miracles in this group for sure. Something that is being made manifest behind the scenes, I'm hearing. Something beautiful that wants to unfold. Okay, they're telling me to close out the reading. Okay, you guys, listen, if you enjoyed this reading, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe if you haven't already. But you guys are definitely cultivating more love, friendship, and divine unions in this next phase of your life. So I'm pretty excited for you guys. So I send you so much love and so many blessings during this pronounced